5 years ago today, on January 6, 2021, a pro-Trump mob stormed the U.S. Capitol and violently attacked law enforcement in an effort to stop the certification of the election that President Trump lost. 5 years later, Trump is back in the White House and is trying to rewrite history, casting Capitol Police and his own vice president as the villains that day, and his supporters as patriots. Have a word on that in a moment. First, we're going to re-air our commentary from 5 years ago today. Words offered in the hours following the attack on the Capitol, talking about specific Coloradans who had stoked election conspiracy theories and tried to overturn the election. We have added video from January 6 that has been made public since that day. Today's insurrection and takeover of the U.S. Capitol follows months of conspiracy theories and fantasies promoted by Coloradans. Colorado's Jenna Ellis, legal advisor to the president. She helped convince him that Vice President Mike Pence could reject the election results today. That utter fantasy led the president to call his followers to gather in Washington and to march on the Capitol. Colorado's conservative leaders Michelle Malkin and Joe Oltmann are being sued by an exec from Denver-based Dominion Voting Systems for creating and spreading the main conspiracy theory that it was Dominion that rigged the election. RNC National Committeeman and 710 KNUS radio host Randy Corporon promoted a series of conspiracy theories about election rigging, abandoning one for another just as soon as they evaporated under the slightest examination. Colorado's Republican Party Chairman Ken Buck has furiously tried to distance himself from attempts in Congress to subvert the election. Buck just preferred to do it through the Texas lawsuit to throw out the votes in states that the president's lost. Republican Congressman Doug Lamborn of Colorado Springs also tried the Texas two-step around the will of the people along with Ken Buck, and Lamborn signed on to the effort to overturn the election in Congress. Congresswoman Lauren Boebert from Western Colorado gave her first speech in Congress today trying to overturn the election results and told her followers this morning, "Today is 1776. What those Coloradans did leading up to today's insurrection is on them. Whether the rest of us in Colorado remember what they did is on us." Our words from 5 years ago today. So let's talk about where all of those people are today. It has been a rough go for most of them. Trump's attorney Jenna Ellis pleaded guilty to a felony for making false statements in an effort to overturn the election. Her law license in Colorado has been suspended. Commentator Michelle Malkin retired from column writing. She faces a defamation lawsuit for her claims about election rigging. Joe Oltmann is still fighting legal battles over his election rigging claims. He's currently running for the Republican nomination for Colorado governor and calling for the execution of Colorado's Democratic leaders, execution by hanging, reminiscent of the January 6 calls to hang Mike Pence and the gallows outside the Capitol. Randy Corporon is no longer on the Republican National Committee, and he no longer has his radio show with Salem's KNUS in Denver. Corporon and Salem settled defamation lawsuits. Ken Buck was run out of Congress amid death threats for being insufficiently loyal to President Trump and current Republican leadership. Doug Lamborn retired from Congress, replaced by Jeff Crank, who defeated a Trump-backed election denier in a Republican primary. And Congresswoman Lauren Boebert nearly lost her safe Republican seat, so she moved clear across the state to Colorado's safest Republican seat, where she remains a close ally of the president.